There we go. Sorry, everybody. So, they missed that. They missed that entire thing about the paint on the wall.
They really did. They did.
It was so
I guess
informative.
And it really was
important.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
And now it's just forever gone.
Gone. You know what?
You're also now, though, the only one who heard my social security number. Nobody else heard it, so
that's all right. Good. We'll hit it back at the end of the show for for patrons only.
There you go.
Gotta subscribe to Patreon to get Jesse's social security number.
We need to charge a little more.
All right, another $2. That'll be enough.
And W. Watson has already noticed that you're in a new place.
Yep. Aaron moved my desk around, rearranged the entire room. The lighting is a little different, and the cats now have a little place right next to me. Maybe they'll come and visit me more. That'll be nice. I'm going to figure out the lighting thing. I think it's fine for summer right now because we're always going to be having good light from 2 to 4 Pacific. But we'll figure something out. I may add another light up here so that I'm front lit. Or just behind. I could just do that. Put a little spotlight in front of me. A muted one. You know, where they have the thing in front of it like they do for movies?
No, but yeah, sure.
It's so like they can do direct light, but it's not like they're blinding anybody. They have like,
so
filters.
Like photography with the thing that sort of disperses the light.
Yes, professional photographers like at JCPenney do this too.
There you go. That's all you needed to tell me.
See, that's our shared experience. We both know what it's like to go to JCPenney and get professional photos done.
Indeed.
Oh boy, we just ring up a horseless carriage with our rotary phone.
And roads its town.
Operator. Yes, give me Brooklyn 4503. Thank you.
That's actually quite good. I love, though, that your horse and buggy town is ringing up Brooklyn.
I mean, due to the way that telephone wire spread, that was the closest to Southern California was Brooklyn, as it turned out.
Oh, and they see more of your sofa than I do. Is there a fox pillow?
Absolutely, there is. Aaron got these amazing covers. So there's the fox pillow that you can see there. And maybe if I move, which way? Sorry, I'm trying to... No, I think that's the wrong way, isn't it? No, it's the wrong way. Okay, sorry. Okay, can you see the kitty pillow?
Yes, I can see that.
Wait, you can see it. Well, if you can see it, then they can see it. See?
Then they can, yes.
Yeah. It's a black kitty, like my black kitty, with an orange ball of yarn. They're very neat
so
colors.
Cute.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so what are we doing? Oh yeah, so yesterday, right? It was the season premiere of The 100, and it was also the finale of our show, Motherland, which was picked up for season 2.
Yay!
Of course, fingers crossed that will be brought back, but hopefully, we will ride again. That'll be good.
It's very exciting.
Yes. Okay. So, and then there's a bunch of other stuff, but I can't remember what any of it was. How is Roman? I haven't seen him today. Roman! Oh, Roman, my boy!
Oh, there he is.
Did you hear that?
I did. And while you're doing that, I will say that, yes, the AMA, I know yesterday did break momentarily, like 4 times?
Twice,
okay.
Come here, Roman. Everybody wants to see you.
But there were tons of replies I saw when I was finally able to access it.
There's my boy. Yeah, and I saw that you replied today. That's good. Oh, my boy. Everybody just wants to say hi. Don't claw up my shorts. Here, just say hi. See?
Aww. Hi, Roman.
Watch this. Oh,
he's beautiful.
Belly. Oh, he hates this. hates this so much.
Roman's like, I like the belly rub, but what am I doing?
He really doesn't like belly rubs. Poor guy. He's too much of a macho cat to admit that he likes it. Whoa! Oh, he's getting feisty now. Here, I'll give him one. Oh, that's a good bite. Okay.
Speaking of bites.
Yeah.
I have a bite. That didn't work. I tried to segue. It didn't work.
I love it.
I meant like a news bite, but then I realized that that doesn't really work outside of a bite of news. I don't know. Okay.
News bite.
So our news bite, here we go. Our Patreons voted on the number of distinctions we're going to have in demonstratives. And we have a winner.
Do you remember where that is in the document? So I can pull it up.
Where we talked about it. That is a great question. I feel like... Okay, well, there's a note on page 21 that seriously just says develop demonstratives.
Oh.
But I can share with you the numbers. So I'm going to send you a message here. This is the tally sheet, and I included what we were voting on, so what they meant. So you should have a collaboration document.
Okay, but I don't want spoilers, so just give it to me.
Okay.
But we should explain what each one is.
Yes. And so the two, I'm going to start at the bottom.
Okay.
Two of them did not receive a single vote.
Really?
The individualistic two-way distinction, which would distinguish between proximal near the speaker and distal not near the speaker, 0 votes.
I like that one. It's really basic. Oh, well. Anyway.
Right. The individualistic four-way distinction also got 0 votes, and that would have been a proximal visible, medial visible, distal visible, and then can't see it at all so far in the distance.
Let me throw in something here, because I was wondering as people were voting if they misunderstood what I meant by invisible. That wasn't magical. That was like if something's behind you, or like if you're talking about that mountain I saw yesterday, and the mountain is like nowhere in range. That's what I meant by invisible. It wasn't so much invisible as not visible. You know what I mean? It wasn't
it's really unvisible instead of invisible.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a special category just for like magically invisible beings. That would have been a little silly.
I'm going to say though that I think people understood, because you in parentheses you had clearly said just can't be seen by the speaker. Okay. I mean, I hope so. I think. I always second guess myself anyway, because it hurt me that didn't get any votes. It hurt me. Well. The individualistic three-way distinction, alpha, got 3 votes. Only 3.
Okay.
And that was where it was proximal, medial, and distal, quite far from the speaker. So that only got 3 votes.
Got it.
Moving on up, the communal three-way distinction got 10 votes. So we start getting more votes here. And that would have been a distinction between speaker proximal, addressee proximal, and then distal, so not near either of them.
I thought that would have been very manageable, a very manageable system. But we'll see. Keep going. We'll get there.
Next up, 14 votes for the communal four-way distinction. And that would have been near the speaker, near the addressee, group proximal, so near both of them, and then distal, which means it's not near either of them.
That would have been difficult. Sorry.
Oh, no, you go on. Your turn.
We should just start raising hands. I'm really sorry. But I was going to say that would have been, I know that would have been a manageable system, and I know that there was somebody that was big in favor of it. I can't remember who, but somebody in the comments was really in favor of that. So my heart goes out to you that didn't win out. It
got edged out. So 17 votes. So if you're keeping track, it was 17 and 14. So it was actually quite close. The individualistic three-way distinction, beta. So there were 2 different three-way distinctions.
Okay.
And this one is a distinction between proximal visible, distal visible, and then can't be seen, so invisible.
Oh, that's the winner?
That's the winner.
Oh, that's manageable. That's manageable. That's silky and manageable. That's conditioner. I like that. All right.
And it was Johan who really wanted the 4-way communal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Johan, I feel your pain because there have been many things that I've been outvoted on.
Yeah. Just wait for the mice. Just wait for the mice. No.
We're gonna just save all the good bits for the mice. No voting because we have all the good bits saved already.
They'll do some stuff. Those mice will get it. Those mice will get after it. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good one. All right. So let's write that up so we don't forget really quickly. So near the speaker, but visible, right? Is that?
Yeah. So it is proximal visible.
Yeah.
Distal visible and invisible.
Got it.
And this is being individualistic. It's only concerned about what the speaker
That's pretty good.
I cannot see.
That's pretty good. I like that. I like that. Okay, so now we have that written down. So we actually have to do something with this. Okay. Okay, so there are two ways to go about this, and I'm up for either. So I'm going to leave this one to you. Languages will often start with demonstratives and then derive place adverbs from them. Mm-hmm. Or they'll often start with place adverbs and derive demonstratives from them. I mean, or just have separate ones for both. That sometimes happens. But I feel like deriving one from the other in this case.
Mm. I want to start with demonstratives.
That was the one I was not looking forward to. But you... That is all right. You were the birthday girl today.
Oh, and it's so close, too. It really is almost my birthday.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
So you still doing birthdays?
Not really, but...
When is your birthday?
Sunday.
Really?
Really.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
And do you know what David sent me for my birthday? An empty wrapper.
Okay, am I going to explain this or are you going to explain it?
So when he mailed it, it apparently was not empty. And somewhere along the way, someone who was handling the letter I can't really fully show it here, it's hard to see, but literally tore a hole just big enough to take the candy out, eat it. They cut a slit in the side. They ate the candy and put the wrapper right back in. And so that's what I got in the mail.
Now, you should know that on my end, I put this thing in the mail and I had it returned to me with the Copico still intact and a handwritten note on the front saying that it needed $3.45 of extra postage. I also put a sticker over your address, which I was really annoyed about until I saw the sticker very easily lifted off without disturbing it. But still, I was like, come on. Anyway, so I went to the self-service kiosk at our post office at like 10 at night where nobody was there, and I purchased $4 of extra postage. $4.
He did.
Just in case.
There's evidence on the front.
Just in case. Put it on there, dropped it back in the mail, and this is how it shows up to Jesse.
And I thought he did it on purpose. I was like, he just is like taunting me to be like, here's what you cannot have. And no, apparently he was just as upset as I was that all I got was a wrapper.
Yeah. I mean, but of course, whether it showed up or not, you still need to fill out the form and return it to me. So just, take your time, but that needs to come back to me.
Well, that's technically not to you. That's to the Copico Country, Copacabana leader.
Oh, yeah, but, I'll send it along, don't worry. You send that to me and I'll send it along.
Oh my goodness! Yes, of course.
We're in good standing there.
We'll make sure no one steals it out of the mail. Yeah. And thank you for our congrats, Johan, on the 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We are very excited to see what may be possible because of that. So we are super excited.
Yeah, just to give you the lowdown, we're looking into implementing some more features, but we want to make sure that we can implement those features without adding advertisements to our videos, because that's the whole point of having the Patreon, was to not do advertisements on our videos. So we're going to make sure that happens. All right?
Yes.
Okay, so, oh, gosh.
Okay, so demonstratives.
Yeah. Okay, let's go up here to where the demonstratives are. Are they after adjectives? They are. Okay, state various types of demonstratives in Igala. Usually it'll be talked to about the, okay. Okay. Igala has 3 demonstratives. Is that how I want to say that? As I guess as a 3-way demonstrative distinction.
There we go. That sounds better. Yeah.
Proximal, yet visible to the speaker. Distal, yet visible to the speaker. And speaker. And not visible to the speaker regardless of distance from the speaker. These 3 demonstratives have, and this is where we need to have our discussion. So we've already talked about the distinction between the demonstratives and the adverbs, the locative adverbs, right? Where the fire is.
Yes.
Get it?
Yes.
The fire is here. True. The fire is there. I can't see the fire, but I know there's a fire here. All right. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have those, but when it comes to modifiers, are we going to draw a distinction between these demonstratives uses pronouns and these demonstratives uses modifiers or not? I'm pretty ambivalent to it, be honest.
Are you really? And then I'm about ready to insert my opinion, and then are you going to tell me that was the thing you didn't want to do, just like you did that, it doesn't matter whether we go from adverbs to demonstratives or the other way?
No, it's nothing like that. Just let me get ready. Just one sec, Jesse. Evaluation. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got the Okay, so I'm thinking that we should have an extra ending or affix, or actually, would it be a prefix? I got to remember how we work in this language. That would indicate that it's being a solo demonstrative versus a demonstrative determiner type thing.
I'm going to need a copy code for this.
Yeah, exactly. See, you tell me you don't care, and then I give you a choice, and you're like, no.
What Meridian? Meridian's over here doing something. What you doing over there? Do you want to come over here and say hi to everybody? Oh, she needs to get her water.
That's a good thing to have.
On the other hand, I am having a Copico. The water of hard candies. Ooh.
I mean, let me just hold up mine.
All right, Meridian. Say hi to everybody. Go ahead. You can come over here.
Hi, everybody.
And I'll say hi for them. Hey! Otherwise, you can't hear them.
Yeah. That's your water. You have a lot of stickers on your water, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Matei says hi, Meridian. Alf says hi. Wesley says hi. All these highs. Oh my gosh, now there's just too many to name. Everybody's getting a high end.
Oh, so good. All right, Meridian, we got to get back to our demonstratives.
Meridian, you weren't supposed to bother Daddy.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Never bother.
I asked if she wanted to come in and say hi.
Okay. Come on, get up. Gotta be ready for nap.
Okay. You be a good sleeper.
I put a brief for the whole time, and I couldn't ever ask no one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you wanted the different forms.
How does that make you feel?
I feel like I'm not being heard.
Was someone supposed to be listening?
Well, but now, I mean, this thing could explode into a 6-way
It could.
pronominal thing, or 9-way. Good Lord.
Right, yeah.
Um,
But doesn't that make it kind of exciting? And see, Juniper is just like, oh, noun class distinction on demonstrative pronouns. I mean,
oh.
I see. This is hurting you.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, we can simplify it, and you don't have to go, maybe one form became more used than the other. Maybe.
We don't have our word for one yet, do we?
We do not.
Okay. Can we have it begin with a vowel and N and end with N?
Of course we can.
I know it's a little, or S. Okay, what are all the words that we currently have that are of the form VS or VN? So we have over here, we have is, and we have the us, which is the group. For N, I know that we have UN, which is first person pronoun. Do we have anything else?
Not that I know of, but just I feel like it's a trick question. Got to look through the vocabulary.
Aoife is saying that we have us, just a schwa s. I don't remember that, but I think that might be right.
Oh my gosh, why am I not like actually searching?
Yes, we do have that for the ergative marker, but it actually came from a word that started with an H, so that's okay.
Oh, I'm not seeing schwa s either.
I just have a feeling it existed. Schwa s. It was like something, wasn't it?
If it did exist as a protoform, we did not mark it in the document. And we would never do such a thing, would we? Because I did a search and I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Yeah, because remember the N for the ergative came from the word for mouth, which started with an H. Here's our word for mouth. There it is. Han. Okay. Well, that gives us some latitude. We've only got those three. So, we can have in, on, and then, well, of course, we could also have, we could also have yes, and was, and was, and then, oh, I'm sorry, those are all supposed to end in ends. Whatever, you know what I mean. Ah!
It's all good. I actually don't see a protoform just AS. And I think we didn't do that because No. No, why didn't we do that? Besides the fact that it would just be ass.
That's why. Remember, we were thinking about it for the word for group, and then we changed. No, we were thinking about it for the pronoun.
Right. But in the same way, though, it would have been in the plural, yeah. But doesn't a schwa s still just go to ass?
Yes, it does, and that's why we ultimately decided to go with sass as our plural pronoun.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that is.
Okay, and then oos is a possibility. Okay. So these are possibilities for words for one. It would be slightly hilarious if our word for one sounded like the English word for one, after we already have we.
Well, Johan just said, if we pick the UAS, we would get a sklew. So, if we're going for the skluing. Although, is it a sklew if it's not as accidental? If you know it beforehand and you realize it?
Well, not was, right? For the number one, it would be one.
Oh, one, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I like the IAN because that would be yen, right?
Yen, yeah, it would.
Isn't that cute?
That is. It's really cute. I like that. Okay, let's double check on the old board here. Yin. That's right. However, it would actually be yin.
Okay.
If we put an I, then it's yen. I remember this came up when we were doing the word for. Remember they wanted yents.
Right. Okay, well let's do the way to get yen.
Yeah.
How did you do it? You needed an I?
I-A-N. That's really cute. I like that. Hey, let's go fill in something here. Yen.
Oh, we're going to have to change that chart.
Well, yeah.
Are you going to fit 30 rows, or how are you going to do that?
Oh, well, we're going to have 2 tables, because, yeah, you got to have 30. I mean, there's 30 right there. It's just...
not in the way you need it.
Yeah, so... my goodness. Base 30. Who put that as an option on the poll? Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll just add another table that's got more numbers for examples. I mean, we probably don't. Oh, whatever. All right, so...
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I feel like once they hit 30, they're going to stop counting. And it's just going to be more than 30.
That would be pretty good.
I'm out of things.
It'd be pretty good if, you know how some languages have names that are based on numbers and it's determined by birth order. It'd be pretty funny if my name is 29kin. The unlucky.
I like it, actually.
29kin the unlucky, because 29 is the unlucky number. Oh, man.
And there could be this big jealousy rivalry between 28 and 29.
Oh, yeah.
Because
28 doesn't have anything over anybody except that they're not 29.
Okay. Okay. Good.
All right. So
we have yen.
Yes. Excellent. All right. So let's go back to the demonstrative section. Did I pass it?
I don't know. I can't see where you're scrolling.
Did I pass it again?
Do you know what I always forget I can do?
What do you always
search for the word demonstrative?
Oh, yeah. Right.
And then it goes straight to it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. There it is. There it is.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm I hope your finals go well, PB Tudu Kaga. Oh, I get it. Voicing. All right. I like that.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a lovely comment. Thank you.
I wonder if there will be currency. Well, I mean, I haven't gotten that far, to be honest, to figure out how commerce is going to work. My guess would be no. Yes.
So the Dark Horse was saying maybe like just like more than 30 could be a huipa, like the word for berry bunch. Just like a bunch of berries. Too many to count.
Gosh, now that could be a really cute, endearing term for one's litter. My little berry bunch.
That really, right? That's really cute.
It doesn't work when you have an only child like we both do.
So I just have a berry.
Yeah. My little one tuplet. Okay, these 3 demonstratives have what was I writing here? Have semi-regularly derived pronominal. Do you call it adjectival? I don't want to get skewered for that. But adjectival and adverbial forms. They are listed below. Or put on a little table ski here, but not like that. Oh wait, maybe like that. Yeah, actually like that. Okay. What font am I using? Is this Palatino X? Hold on. It's in there. It's in there. Never mind.
I was gonna say mine says it is.
Okay, cool.
I'm very excited though to see what you do with the color, because this is not at all like you to have just a gray table.
No. They're gray in the reference grammar.
Oh.
They only get color in the quick reference section. If this were to
proving me wrong.
If this were to appear in the quick reference section, it actually would be kind of a pinkish.
Do you feel colors for the things you do?
Not really. It's just that's what I've done, and I like to stick to it.
I see. Nominal derivation, though, is a pinkish color.
No, it's red.
Okay, the light cells are very pink, but that's okay. We won't argue on that.
Okay. Now, hold on. I think that we need to do that. And then... No, I did this the wrong way. Sorry. Okay. My bad. And delete.
Gosh, that is so embarrassing that you almost did it backwards.
Yeah, I know. I'm never going to let it down. So I guess the basic form then is going to be the adjectival or modifier form.
See, I always use the word demonstrative. Interesting.
Well, okay, so it is a demonstrative, right? They're all demonstrative.
Or not determiner. Sorry, determiner. God, getting my D words. I swear my brain is on slow mode today.
Let's go ahead and do that. Even though it's kind of a weird adjective, which I'm trying to do. Adjectival, pronominal, adverbial. Right.
Determinarial?
Hang on, let's hit initial, yeah. Okay, determiner, or determined. Determinal. This is a good...
Can't you just say...
It's good film.
Determiner forms?
Determinal. Anybody?
Determinal?
Yeah, the film with Tom Hanks.
People are saying determinative.
It's funny because
I like Jason's deterministic.
It's funny. Determinatives are nouns in the Egyptian tradition. Determinatives are were not spoken, but they were only for the visual language, where they helped to classify nouns. They're essentially little noun classifiers that were not reified in the spoken language at all. They were just so, like, anytime you had a word for a person, you throw a little man or woman on the end, or various gods, or like animals. There was one catch-all that was like, these are all the I swear it looks like a little scroll, a graduation scroll, but it was for abstracts. And so
I really feel like I need to see what you're talking about, because in my head I'm getting these because the way you described it, like, just throw a little man on the end. I'm like literally thinking of just seeing someone being thrown. I
mean, they're hieroglyphs, so it's this way, right?
But I need to put my head into hieroglyph space, not into little cartoon person being kicked and flying over.
That's how they did it. They didn't write it. They just threw them onto the wall, and they stuck there. They made an impression.
Splat. Oh, yes. Mike says that abstract nouns are scrolls, which confirms what you just said too. That's lovely. Okay. So I think we should just stick with determiner form, because you can use nominal forms to act adjectival in English. So why not?
Yeah. Okay. So all right, but there we go. So these are the basic ones. We already know that a yen thing is happening over there, so we'll deal with that when we get there. Now we need some determiners. Do we want to use iconicity here?
Yes.
Okay. So need something with E here for proximal.
Indeed we do. And don't forget, we're not constrained by codas, which we had forgotten for like ever.
Wait.
And we're not constrained by codas in protoforms. You remember we kept only creating words with certain consonants, and then you're like, any consonant could be a coda in the protoform.
Yeah, and then it just gets a copy vowel. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. The determiners will end up being disyllabic, though, if we do that. So we might want to save that for the non-proximal one. So if we want this thing to be a heavy syllable, then it'll need to end in S or N, and then the corresponding predominant form, if it has an S, we'll get a shen. So blank shen,
Oh.
Yeah, I knew you were going
Isn't that cute?
I knew you were going to like that.
And then ishin.
Yep. Okay, but it can't be is, because that's the word for you.
Right, okay.
So
honestly, though, we don't have any protoforms that are just a vowel, right? We need just a vowel, like E.
Wow. That is...
Right?
You're really putting your foot out, so to speak. All right.
I'm putting my paw down.
All right. Okay, but then the pronominal form is going to become Ian.
Okay. Are you okay with that?
Well, it's not Ishin.
Well, I mean, I have to give a few shows away every now and then. I mean, I do love Ishin, but it doesn't make sense if the S.
Okay.
If we don't want to just have another copy of a pronoun.
We can save it. We can save it. Let's have this one have an S. Then we can get the shun, and then we can use our copy consonant for the not visible one. Okay, distal.
But this one is still visible, right?
Yeah. So either maybe.
Or schwa. Would you want to go mid to be super iconistic?
Gosh. I don't feel that for distal.
Okay, let's do then.
I'm feeling
then we can get ashen.
Okay, so, and then what do we want for the front?
Oh, in front of the ah?
Yeah.
Ah. No, we don't want to add more, because that would add another syllable.
Was that a bilabial fricative? Voice bilabial fricative you just did? What did you do?
No. I think there must have been some static. I was doing the prenasalized B.
Oh.
That didn't work. How about la?
That's very...
Oh, Mike did something syllable.
That's very French.
Syllable. Oh my gosh, don't let me talk today. Mike suggested lust.
Mike, you really did something syllable there. I'm proud of you, buddy. Whew.
Oh my gosh.
Of all people, I didn't think Mike was going to do something syllable. Wow.
I know, right? That's Mike for you.
Oh man, that's pretty good. It's this obviously French rabbit language. This is great.
Oh, actually, interesting.
Yeah.
Scrolling up, other people had suggested it too. Like Isaac had said loss. Anime fan says Meridian needs a cowboy name since you're conlang food and I'm Sassafras.
I mean, obviously she's the kid.
Oh, so yeah, we've got, okay, so loss.
All right.
And then, of course, syllabic Mike is what Mateus calls him over in those parts. Because he did something syllable there.
Hang on there. Syllabic Mike. Might do something a bit more syllable there, if you ask me. All right. Okay.
All right, so we've got proximal and distal visible. Now we need distal non-visible.
Yeah. By the way, we got las here, just so everybody knows. That's las, and this is lashen. Okay, so this we want just any old CVC form, not ending in an N or an S, so that we can use our copy val. So remember that whatever you suggest is going to be doubled most likely, unless there's some weird stuff going on. Can we get two different vowels with a copy val situation? Let me try something.
Okay.
Let's see if this thing does the copy vowels. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine.
It doesn't?
No, it's okay. Yeah, this is, so like, I'm giving you an example here. If you have this sequence where you have a nasal coda followed by a voiceless consonant like K, and you have the copy vowel inserted, then you end up with singe instead of like singi. It's singe. Can you have something end with NK like that? I can't remember. It's the other... No way out, because... No. No, you can't. No, you can't. Oh, no. Never mind.
Can only have NS, right?
Because yes, because they're the supercodas. They're the supercodas. Okay, never mind. But,
okay, so, question.
Yes.
Because W. Watson had suggested SUT as the protoform. Would that give us, if yen is added, does that give us suchen? Suchen? Also, we can't see the output on the sound change applier.
Okay. I use the rules from the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is right.
Oh, it would be, right? Because doesn't the T get voiced? Because it's between two vowels. So Sutian becomes Sudian, which becomes Suchin.
Remember that we had Chechesi, not Chejesi.
That's true. But that was because it was later, when I swear we have a voicing vowel.
Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec.
I'm holding.
I want my other sound changes, but to get them I have to pull up my notes, and the notes have stuff in them. Gosh darn it.
Oh. Those are the ones that you've updated, right, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because I can't text them to you either, because you're not going to be able...
Right. Hold on a sec.
I mean, I can
hold on a sec.
Do it from my end and tell you what I see.
Hold on a sec. I'm just going to blank that out for a second. You can't see Jesse. You can only see me. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I sure did get all blanked out.
Okay, just 1 second. All right.
All right, so voiceless stop lenition is rule number 16.
Okay, I'm bringing everybody back. There we go. Okay, so I don't need that.
Thank you, everyone, for saying that they miss me already.
Sutian. Well, then what happened with Chechesi? Okay.
But that was because it's a later addition, right? Because that's a verb inflection. It's a reduplication. It would have been done later after any of those changes would have applied,
That's why.
Right?
That's why it's the S. Yeah,
the S that disappears. Okay.
Yeah. That's why. And of course, it's not Chechesi, it's Chechesi. Chechesi. I have to remember that. But okay, that's why. Okay, so it would be Sujin. Sujin. This is correct. This is correct.
That's cute, right?
Yes. So that would give us SUD and.
He's very concerned about it being cute. Okay.
Yeah. So Sudu and Sujin. Nice. Sudu. Are we happy with that?
W. Watson is okay with that.
Okay.
And Matei says it is good for words to be cute. Yay!
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry that you couldn't see the output there. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting yes, and I like it.
Cool.
So I think... Oh yeah, and Chris is right, especially for rabbits. Cute words.
Yeah. Ian, Nash, and Sujin. That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, so good. All right. Let's. By the way, let me just do that. Okay. All right. What are we doing now? We are.
We're now thinking adverbial, right?
Yes. So this is going to be something that gives us the idea of this place. So.
Right.
Some word.
Did you say some word or thumb word?
That's in poor taste. That is in poor taste.
I swear you said thumb. And I was like thinking, oh, because we could you'd be pointing.
Man. Listen, too soon. I mean, it was 38 years ago I had these surgeries. Too soon. My goodness.
They are thumbs as far as thumbs are concerned. And I didn't even realize what I had done until after I gave you a thumbs up on camera. And I was like, oh. Because I was like, why is that mean? I thought you just said come.
Okay, so yeah, adverbial forms, there needs to be some word that means like place or area or suggests it. If somebody has a really good idea for some sort of a basic noun that is rabbitish, that means place, that would also be good.
That's interesting to think about. Because they would leave marks in the dirt or the dust or some sort of like trail that would indicate path, meadow, hole, burrow.
No, these aren't dust bunnies. Sorry. Oh!
I am on fire today.
Hang on. Hole. A couple of people suggested it.
Hole.
That's not.
How do you feel?
I like that. I like that. Now, I do like the idea of it still being. Oh, I think I see what I can do. And whoever suggested SUT, if this is what you had in mind, wow. Let's have it start with a W.
W. Watson suggested it.
Okay.
Are you... I think I lost something in between there. What were you saying you want to do with it?
Pseudo-wudo. Oh, that's right. We do have a word for paw mark, don't we?
We do.
S does not voice intervocalically, no. And yes, that's right. As Chris is pointing out, yeah, it's going to, because it's going to become qua.
Suqua.
Yeah.
I do love that. Okay,
yeah.
So we just need it to be wa.
Yeah. Where was our list for our the words that we were using for our glyphs? Do you happen to remember?
That is a wonderful, wonderful question. Okay, that did not work. Oh, paw print was what I needed to look.
This is it. I got it.
It is on page 9.
Nah, it's funny.
Oh, Juniper says, could these evolve from some suffix like, WARD in English, ward?
What did ward come from?
2-word. Do you say that as one syllable or 2?
No, the demonstrative is not coming second. We're following, I guess, determinative theory. It seemed to be there was a strong correlation, right, between headedness and the placement of the demonstrative. And
there normally is, yeah.
Yeah, so actually, it's like the demonstrative is the head of the phrase, and so it comes first, not second, the way adjectives do. So that's what's going on.
As a side note, the suffix word in English came from Old English wead, from a base meaning turn.
Huh.
I don't know if you really wanted to know. Oh,
no,
look,
I did.
Also, thank you. I should have just read comments. Mateus clearly said that.
The demonstrative being the head is the theory, by the way. It gets into determinative theory and blah, blah, blah. But what I lend more credence in, because I don't care much about that stuff, is if Matthew Dreyer says there's a pretty strong correlation, then that's good enough for me.
And I'm going to double check that correlation right now.
It's what I remembered seeing, because we were just going over word order for a different reason, and it's what I remembered seeing. Incidentally, for that toward and forward and so on and so forth, it was coming from turn bend. Was it being used as a verb, or was it being used as like a zero derived noun? Is it like the to the bend, from the bend, or so on?
That's a really good question, and one I will love to see the answer to.
Mm-hmm. Turn toward. Literally turned toward.
I think we got it backwards.
What?
I'm trying to find my actual handout. Why is it that when I look for things, I can't find them quickly? The verb patterner tends to be the noun. The object patterner tends to be the demonstrative.
Hold on a sec. Let's do this. Here we go. Walls.info. Everybody buckle up. We're going to a website on the internet.
On the internet. Oh.
Okay. Order of demonstrative and noun.
No, I have that backwards, I think. I have to. No, I don't have it backwards, because it would be noun demonstrative, because we have a verb-object language.
But that's not the one we want. We don't want order of demonstrative and noun. We want the order of demonstrative and then headedness of verb. That's what we want. We want that correlation.
Is that on the walls?
I assume so.
Because...
Oh, dang, he's only got adjectives. Son of a... Hold on. It's not on there.
Okay, so I don't know if you can open it up in Dropbox. I just put Dreyer's full paper, and this is where I got the information.
Matthias is right. You can select several features at the same time and eyeball it. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Okay.
I don't remember how to do that, but I'm going to try. So we got order of demonstrative and noun. Is it values? No, it's, and then go to map. And then, here we go, another one. And now, order of what do we want? Object and verb, or subject, object, and verb?
It would be, honestly, they found, well, according to Dreyer, the biggest correlation is really between object and verb. Subject doesn't play a huge role.
Okay.
In terms of those larger correlations.
Order of object and verb. Here we go. Okay, so these maps are now overlaid in some way. But I don't know how. No, wait, submit. Here we go.
I'm waiting for magic.
Okay. All right. We're going to just look at VO. How do you disappear some of these values? Make them go away.
That's a good question.
Oh. You can change their color.
Really? That's fun.
Did they not think that we wouldn't want to not look at some of these?
I feel like there's up on the map, isn't there a way to make some of them, like choose which ones you want to see? The layers up in the top right corner of the map, there's like a layers.
Show hide labels. Uh-oh. It's thinking.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Okay, I definitely shouldn't have done that. Oh,
are we gonna...
Okay, wait. Hold on. Oh, what? What?
What is that little box?
I don't know. I thought I was doing the right thing. Like, this is what I wanted to do. VO, demonstrative noun. That's what I want. And it's giving me this. Like, somebody help me. What do I do?
I can't read it. I don't know.
Yeah, it is code. It is Python. Now, what do I do with it? Presumably, I can copy and paste it somewhere, right?
Reading the comments while watching everything play out. Well, I'm trying to find in the articles that I shared with you.
Top left corner by the plus and minus. Well, I'm going to copy all of this for whatever it's worth. Oh my gosh, that is so long. Why can't I just do a control all? Why won't it let me do that? Oh crap. Oh crap.
Oh no.
Oh crap. Oh. Okay, I just copied everything in the entire world.
I love that all I can hear is, oh crap, oh crap.
Okay. I saw somebody say...
Things are going well.
Okay. Top hit, left hit legend. Thank you! There we go.
Although David killed the radio walls.
Okay. VO demonstrative noun versus VO noun demonstrative. Okay, here we go. Is there more green or blue?
I'm waiting for it to fully update from my end.
Oh boy.
Oh. If it's fully updated based on what I'm seeing on the YouTube video on the short lag, that looks pretty even. Just more...
I think it's generous of you to say that it's pretty even. I think it's heavily tilted in favor of blue. However...
I can't see what's going on where all the blue dots are. But there's also... there's green in there too. Excuse me while you get a close-up of my nose as I try to lean into my screen to see.
So yeah, I think that there's more blue than green, but you have to take into account, areal influence, because obviously there's a ton of blue over here.
People are asking if there's counts below, and actually there are counts below, right? Or are those not showing the order combination?
Oh, you are absolutely right. 374 VO plus noun demonstrative, and then 155 VO demonstrative plus noun. So we're in the minority. We're in the minority, but there's two things. There's the areal influence that's happening right here, and then, and potentially here, but definitely here. And then there's also the fact that we're not a huge minority. So it's not like impossible.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I keep saying things backwards, but I just found the table that I was looking for in the article I shared with you in Dropbox, so you can look at it later. But
okay, we'll do.
Yeah, there is a correlation between VO and noun demonstrative order.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's necessarily impossible what we want to do, so we can keep it. Okay, the way that I was thinking of is it's essentially, it's done in apposition, like Oedipus the king.
Mm-hmm.
But that really would argue for the rabbit, that one, wouldn't it? Instead of that, the rabbit.
Can I just back up a second? Mm-hmm. Your first example of apposition was Oedipus the king?
Yes.
That's your first example? Not like David the conlanger or something?
That's always the one I use because it's famous. And it's like everybody has heard of Oedipus Rex, and and you know, it explains why it's that way.
Love it.
So I guess it's whether it's how that explanatory phrase works. It's essentially de-emphasis, or in kind of a way. That's what to the rabbit that one is. It's further explicating. Let's keep that for right now. Let's go back to our marking. Where are some example sentences that we had? We had written out a bunch of them just recently, didn't we?
We did in the verb section, I know.
Yes. That's what I want.
I think most of them were about twitching ears.
Oh wait, those aren't full sentences. These are just
so page
examples.
14, we've got some dynamic plain and stative reduplicated.
Yeah. Yeah, those just have one argument.
I don't think you may be thinking of the sentences I made for a data set.
Oh yeah, probably was. But we've got
There's
a full sentence up here somewhere, don't we? Like up here? Or was it down here?
On page 20, we have like the kabimi nime, but that's again one argument. We need to clearly have a section titled sentences. Put them all here.
Oh shoot, what did we decide with this? I can't remember now.
You mean to tell me we made a decision that we didn't clearly?
We didn't write it down, did we? We didn't write down what we were going to do.
But what's in the reflexive table, isn't that... Didn't we make a table for it? Oh my gosh. What do we even do?
No, the table is fine. The question was whether we were still using the ergative with a reflexive or not, and I can't remember what we decided.
Oh, we did. Remember, you won. So the 23 is what won.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes? Yes.
We have unugon huiba nime.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Now this is just okay. So we need a darn sentence. Okay. Oh, why is it being all like that? Hold on. Let me move my keyboard uply. So Kaubi, edulu is grass, right?
Yes.
How Kaubi edulu, and then edulun, and then ime. So that's the rabbit eats the grass. And so now let's think about, in the context of this marking, that rabbit eats the grass versus that one.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
how did I lose where you were typing? I swear.
I'm on page 20.
There we go. I'm good now.
And then, so obviously, wait, for this one, it's that one, and we can see him, so it's Laschen. Kalbi edulun Laschen. Kalbi edulun Laschen. That's it. Kalbi edulun Laschen. That's it. Okay. And then for that rabbit.
Wouldn't this actually be stressed on the U?
Yeah. Edulu, sorry. Right. So it needs a stress marker.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Oh, Edulu. Okay. Now, this is going to have drastic consequences because, of course, if we end up changing this order, this word isn't going to exist anymore.
Because it would
be
the other way around, right? It'd be Yinla or something.
Yeah. So with this last one we have Kaubi edulun las ime versus Calvi edulun ime las.
Interesting. Yeah, if you're voting for ime las, then that means we're voting against lashen, and it would be something like yinlas. There'd be a D in there, right? Yintlas.
Yeah. I mean, there's no question that I like the sound of la cime better, but what we're saying is the eating up of the grass happens from the mouth of that one, the rabbit.
I actually like that.
Okay.
La cime.
I mean, I'm not going to need much convincing. I have a clear favorite in this.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then that will be the case, and conlang scholars years hence will absolutely skewer us for this.
Okay, but going back to that chart, and the chart that in the article where you're going to read eventually, where it clearly has you're absolutely right, it's 100% a geographical distribution, and there is languages with the VO order and the demonstrative noun ordering. There are definitely a lot of languages that do that, just in different areas of the world.
All right, let's be sure we write this down. Well, demonstratives precede the nouns. They modify when they appear as modifiers. And then demonstratives have okay, that's fine enough. Okay, so that was a little trip that we took, but we're back and yeah.
Also, this was the winner when we did it. I don't want text color change. I just want to highlight it sometimes. I just want to make sure we remember that this was what we had voted on. Everything else was notes.
Oh, what?
Sorry, page 20. I forget sometimes that you're not looking at what I'm doing. At the bottom of page 20 with that reflexive,
yes,
where we were trying to decide what would happen, the one that I highlighted in yellow is the one that won, because we had the black, the red, the blue, the purple options. We narrowed it down to 2. The one that I liked better did not make it. Or I guess the bullet point is
there.
It was really that I was voting for that in to disappear, and for it to stay in is what ended up winning.
There.
Or wait. Oh my gosh.
We gotta go back and watch the episode.
We do, because now I'm thinking that this is actually underneath it is what happens if there's a consonant. The N disappears if there's a consonant, I think.
Yeah, that's the point, right?
Okay, yeah, so that needs to be highlighted too, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You're all good.
Oh.
All right.
Better notes. Here's some more highlighting for us. Okay, we're good. Moving on.
Good. All right, so now back here, and we're back to the adverbial forms, and we're back to the fact that I liked whole, and then there was some pushback in the comments. There's some people that really didn't like whole as the spatial, I guess the source of our spatial adverbial demonstratives?
I don't think we have a word yet that just means like the actual burrow. We have warren, which is the connection of all the burrows, the tunnels. Yeah. But do we actually have just a word for an individual tunnel area, like a burrow?
The reason I was shying away from warren or even something like a burrow is that I thought it was too big. A hole is just like a little spot, essentially. It's another way of saying a spot. A paw print is also a way of saying a spot, but the thing is we already have a word for paw print, and it's just too big. It doesn't fit for this. Otherwise, paw print would have been good.
So, just, a burrow could be small, though, for a small animal, because it's really just used for the dwelling. And so essentially what you're saying is, this is my little dwelling. So, like this dwelling. My burrow.
But is it too big? Is it too big is what I wonder about. Let me pull up, I'm just going to, okay, what's the thing that we're looking for?
Because we want to
like
create
a locative?
An adverb form, so a locative, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Locative noun.
Oh my goodness. So Heather in the Dark Horse in the chat was suggesting ear. It's like I'm looking at the locative, and the number 2 source for a locative is ear.
I mean, that is too perfect. That is too perfect to not just use it.
I'm going to look it up. Area, ear, edge, hand, home, house. Home and house, you're right. Absolutely. Lip. Lip. Interesting. Liver.
What?
And then locative copula, that just would have been further down the line. And then neck, place, and side. Liver.
Okay.
Liver.
Yeah, liver is the random one.
Come on over to this liver. Wow. Okay, let's look up ear and see if that was like one of those ones where they put the red flag and saying this is only in one language ever. Don't use it, conlangers, because that's what they do in this book. It's just advice to conlangers. Sozial. Ear, region around the corner. Locative marker. Finish. Korva, ear. Korvassa, in the ear, at the edge of, toward, locative postposition. Wow.
That's interesting.
More examples on the genetic and areal distribution in this pathway are required. Oh, that's their red flag. More examples on the genetic and areal distribution of this pathway are required. We are dealing with an instance of a process whereby certain body parts, on account of their relative location, are used as structural templates to express deictic location. When they give a bunch: back, belly, ooh, buttocks, that's a fun one. Eye, face, flank, heart, neck, shoulder.
Actually, belly would be an interesting one, especially for rabbits, because they would have been on all fours, and so their belly would have covered the space where they were. Now they're upright, so that could be like a nod to the old days, where like your space was where your belly was.
Yeah. And especially since ears were so important. Because this thing is, we're definitely going to have this thing. It's going to be, stop it. No, no, stop. Oh my God. All right. They all saw it, but you didn't. Don't worry. It's going to be something like this. It's going to have a W in it. We don't know what's going to happen afterwards, but it's going to have a W in it.
It is, yes.
So,
do you want to go ahead and just create the ending and figure out what it means later?
I guess. Well, there was a proposal that that Chessie, our word, could actually be not simplex but complex. There was a word that meant twitch, and then it was followed by a word for ear.
Yeah.
And the word for sleep, which we already came up with because it happens to also begin with ch, could be twitching of the eyes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So obviously, if we're doing this for the adverbial and that means ear, that's completely out and won't work.
So I think we should save ear for something else, because I also think we could use, because their ears, you know, with the pointing up, like it could be like the word for up or upward or something could be. So like other very important things could be ear related.
Wait, what am I doing?
I have no idea.
I'm sorry. And then, is it sukwa or is it sugwa?
You know, I thought it was sukwa, but now I'm thinking it may be sukwa.
Oh, there's that map again, razzing me. Let's try.
Oh, razzmatazz.
Yeah. It's sugwa with a G.
Mm. Didn't we have a KW in here? Do we need to reassess?
What do you mean?
Something we had done. No, it was at the beginning of a word. That's why we had the KW segment for the to becoming KW, but it was at the beginning of a word, so the K would be retained. Never mind.
Hold on a sec. What do we got? Ear. We already have word for ear? I don't remember that.
I don't think we do. I'm going to do a quick search. No, I'm not seeing it anywhere in the document, and it is not in our glossary.
I mean, we certainly could have forgotten it, but yeah.
What?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Sugwa. Yeah, sugwa. So, here, there, and there, but distant, or into a place that we can't see directly. Sugwa. I like that.
I do too.
Okay.
Laswa.
Yeah.
Iwa. Oh, that's nice.
It does have to be a really simple little word, since its protoform is going to have to be wa. You know, UA.
Mm-hmm. And then I have a question for you once we figure this out.
Mm-hmm. Let's
okay.
We gotta write this potential word down somewhere. I'm gonna go put it back up on the big list over here, because we gotta not forget it. Why is that doing? Sorry. It suddenly turned into a list.
And no one wants that.
No, nobody wants a list. Okay.
All right, so people are still potentially voting for some sort of whole meaning.
Yeah, I like whole because it was so simple.
Okay. Those are the only votes I've seen come through.
Okay. So here's the thing, of course, because this will happen. This could be whole in the protoform, and then it could be determined not to be big enough, I guess, to be a lexical word by speakers. And so they either come up with a new one, or they compound it with something else to make it feel more word-like a ground hole, for example. So that let's just leave it at that for now, but not necessarily restrict ourselves to that being the word in the modern language for whole.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to. A lot of people are talking about the eye twitching for sleep. And by the way, the reason that this was suggested was that we already came up with this word for sleep. So that was the idea. I think that what it's going to need to be is that the word for twitch will have to be this. And in fact, perhaps this can give birth to the modern word cheche. Just means to, actually, that would be cheche, to twitch involuntarily or something. And then these words could instead be right. I'm hoping that that would give us still chanu. Would it?
I'd have to check.
Or is this going to be the type of thing where it's not going to work either way? They should both have the same vowel. Let's see.
I mean, we could force the vowel change depending on the word for ear.
And then, yeah, gold darn it. They should both have exactly the same vowel, no matter what order you put the two vowels in. I was hoping that putting the... So in other words, this should actually be chenu.
Instead of chanu. We haven't done anything with the word for sleep yet, right? Or did that come from that didn't come from a name or anything, right?
I don't remember.
And I'm looking right now at our document just to double check.
If nobody's attached to chanu, or to chan, no, it would be chanu, that's right. If nobody's attached to chanu, it could easily become chenu.
I'm fine with that. And it's not, and I just double checked, this is not something we added for a name, which means we just did it one day.
Okay.
So, yeah. Would that nasal? No, because would that be? Because someone had said, "What about the nasal?" But that would, in fact, raise it to chenu anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need an anti-nasal. What's the opposite of a nasal?
Oral. What
It would.
Alistair asks what prevents the root from being T for, like, TI for twitch. Because then we could play with whatever we wanted after.
I mean, nothing, potentially, but I just don't like it.
And Alk asks, what about stress if it's a compound?
Well, that's the thing. If it's a compound, it's just shrinking down to one syllable. So it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I have drunk all my water.
Here, just gonna hold this up to you.
Thanks. Thanks. I'll pour some. Okay.
Juniper berry, it is actually chanu and not chanu because of the change from a to a happened at a time, I guess, at a time before the split happened with the ya thing. Like somehow it worked out. So it's just it's a weird quirk of this language that if there's a diphthong, a falling diphthong. Is that how it works? I can't remember. That's another one of those where I was confused too. But anyway, it starts with a ya or a wa, and it's followed with ah. It actually is just a regular ah and not ah. It didn't front. Weird quirk. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and write this down.
Okay. So, as a side note, in the video, if you're watching, and my eyes got really big at one point, I accidentally made just our call video really big, so it took over my whole screen and I couldn't see anything else. And I was like, what just happened?
Man.
I saw my reaction. It was pretty nice.
It's a wild life you got over there.
It is. It's what happens when I'm out of water.
Wait, actually, I don't need this. And you don't need that. Okay. That's noted, and that's good. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, that's fun. Okay. What are we doing now? We finished demonstratives, didn't we?
Yeah, and you made the note that it means whole, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it there.
Yes.
And that should be good. Oh, Mike says maybe we should make entries for eye and ear before we forget. Like we would ever.
I suppose we could. I mean, they're at least written down, right? They're written down up there. But
oh yeah, okay, I see. Anu up here for eye, and then a C for the protoform for ear. There we go.
Yeah, because I guess we didn't have a word for ear.
But now we do.
So, and then this keyboard is very erratic when I'm not next to the thing. So I got Essie and Anu.
All right, and so then Isaac had asked, what about then using basically twitch teeth or twitch mouth rather to mean to chew?
That's kind of cool.
And so, and it would be mouth, not teeth. I realized what root was in there. And that would also be weird to twitch your teeth. That would be weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, Chehen. That's a good note. But let's focus so that I don't forget what we're doing. We're doing SC, which is a word for ear, and its plural is what?
Moment. It would be inedible, I would hope. And so it's going to take a T, oh no, it's a qua before words that begin with a non-U vowel. So qua.
Quessy.
Will be as quessy. Ooh, I like that. And that will be it.
Yeah, every so often you can see irregular plurals with things that obviously come in pairs, where the plural comes from two. You know, you don't have to do that. Let's find another qua, something that already has a qua plural.
Well,
please.
Qualu does raindrops, which is from alu. I think that's the only one. Well, that's the only one I can see from this list that would have the qua.
That's cool. That's cool. I don't think my copy button is working on my mouse anymore. My special copy button. That's not cool.
That is really not cool. Oh, we are getting all sorts of compounds now being suggested from twitch teeth would mean to freeze. Twitch tongue to speak.
too much. This is going to become silly. All right. Wait, not there. Here. Is that the sound of a cat sleeping softly somewhere? Where are you, kitty?
I did not hear, so I can't. And then the word for I would also have a qua.
Yes.
Because it would be anu, right?
Yes. Okay, and that's ear. Fine, that's a pretty cool word.
Right? Quantity.
Oh my god. I gotta move my keyboard up. This is really frustrating me. I'm gonna have to play around with the sensor. It's so small. And that's cool, I guess, except unless when it doesn't work. You know what I mean.
But that looks good.
Yes. And we'll enter those right now since they'll be right nearby.
And look at us actually getting things entered. And by us, I mean you. Look at you getting things entered. As we do it so we don't forget.
Here, and oh, look at that. The alpha and omega of the body, ear and eye. And then, Hidzu. Huh, what an interesting word. Oh, there's the evening primrose. What a delight. Okay.
Okay, curiosity.
Yeah.
Oh, you're moving I. Never mind. I was like, why'd you leave I in front of evening primrose? But you moved it. You're good.
I know what I'm about when it comes to alphabetization. I learned in school.
Nice. They taught you well.
Thank you. Pass on my compliments to Mrs. Hudson.
I sure will. Why would I pass them on?
No, I'll pass.
You pass them on. I know her.
Okay. Oh, look at this. The rabbit touched the bunch of berries with its whiskers. See, I knew we had examples here.
There. Now next time I search sentence, I'm going to find it.
Oh, this is where all of our big notes start. We need to delete some of these. Like we
need to delete some. We need to clean some up, pull things together. It's, I think what happens is because we have we're not going to work on it in between sessions, which means as soon as we close the document, we're like, we'll touch it next time. Yeah. But that also means that we probably should be cleaning up in between. Probably. I don't know.
Okay, so got 10, 15 minutes. What do you want to ling?
Oh my goodness, we are coming close to the end. Gosh, I'm just so happy to have demonstrative.
I'm glad that it makes you happy that exists. I'm glad.
It does. It does. Excellent. Do we have, beyond just coming up with more words, is there a grammatical thing we wanted to tackle next? We did have a note up above about prepositions.
Yeah, because we want prepositions, right?
Question mark. Well, that was the whole note. Prepositions, question mark. So we could come up with more of those. Verbs, we almost answered. I'm looking at a list of questions we had here. Verbs, what horrible, awful garbage do they do? That was your wording. Exactly.
Right. Where is this list, by the way?
At the bottom of page 11.
Okay, yeah,
we've answered the pronouns. We haven't really hit relative clauses yet. Just one moment, please. I'm still here, but...
Oh, she's just going to grab her relative clauses.
Thank you.
Pronouns. Okay, relative clauses. Do they need something? And then, let's see. So...
Sorry about that.
Okay, so let's just throw in some stuff here. WH questions, yes, no questions. And then see, we have the relative clauses. And eventually we're going to get to derivation down here, and of course more number, more actual number terms.
And then I saw negation. Did we mention that? Sorry, because I walked away.
No. Oh, negation.
And of course, a word for sassafras.
Yeah. I have that in there. And then we need to. What's the opposite of problematize? It's like thingatize.
Twisting my head.
It's like utilize, but even more, you know? Utilize the
instrumentalize
spot. We need to make special and unique and important the pre-verbal spot. And I think that needs to go and tie in with negation and with auxiliaries and or other, how do you call those? Bi-clausal structures. Is that what I meant?
Bi-clausal structures.
Is that what I meant?
That is not.
What did I mean?
I don't know. That's what I'm... Oh, it's a thing.
Oh, hold on. And or two verbs doing stuff.
Do you mean like embedded structures?
I just want two verbs on there and to figure out how that works. That's all. That's all.
Okay. Two verbs doing stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh my goodness. Okay. That works.
Okay. All right. All right. So I think that what we might consider right now, and let's start to, no, we're going to get into that preverbal spot. Okay. Prepositions. That's quick, right?
It is, yeah, because, right, we don't need all of them, we just need some, so that way we can do more sentences. And then we also do need to decide where the full preposition phrase would feel most comfortable, if it's like, you know, the rabbit touched berries with its whiskers in the forest.
There is also this, which is the copula. I don't want to talk about that till we have a better handle on what we're going to do with negation. You're right. Okay, so let's do some prepositions, and maybe this can lead to our poll. So, right now, this is what's happening. Here we go. Oops. Oh, whoa, that's weird. Okay, here we go.
Wow, it's a drop cap within a drop cap. Pooper.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so let's do some prepositions. This is what's happening right now. All right, so we need some various locative prepositions, and then other thing prepositions. So what we need to do is we need to come up with some locative things that we want to encode. So we can go simple or we can go complex. Simple would just be like to, at, and maybe from.
Why do I always think the simple ones end up having a four-way distinction? From. What is the other one I would be missing? Some sort of under or over one of those?
Yeah,
for some reason, I always think of there being four for the simple word.
To, at, from, over. So that's, or we can get like you can get even more complex with to, at, from, over, in, and then I mean under's probably going to be in there too somewhere, but and then other things we need to talk about possession, if that's going to happen. Did we already do possession or no?
I feel like we did, but now I can't remember.
Possessors will follow nouns they modify. Well, that's good to know. I have possession written right there. Oh, here we go.
Oh, we had an order picked out, I guess. We just didn't.
Rabbit's weapon. We need a preposition for that.
I like how though we just like literally it's prep. We'll find that. We'll find it later.
Yeah. So
yes.
We need some sort of possessive, right? And then maybe there's instrumental, maybe there's comminative, maybe there's a distinction between that, maybe there's not, maybe there's authoritative, whatever. And then the question is one question: will there be a locative essive distinction or no? Actually, this is what we're going to need to decide. Are we a satellite framed language or a, what's the other one, verb framed?
Oh goodness.
You remember?
You and knowing all of the actual terms. Just a second. Verb framed or there's one more. Second, pulling it up. Satellite framed, verb framed, or isn't there one more? Oh, okay. The other linguist in the house says it's just satellite or verb framed.
Okay. And so the question, I wonder if this is big enough for a poll question. I mean, it has far-reaching consequences. But the question is essentially, are we going to have, we walked into the house, or we entered the house walking? That's the question. And it's kind of an important one.
That actually, it sounds like a very small poll, but you're absolutely right. That's going to completely shape every sentence. So I think that's actually a very, very important poll to just go up. These two things we need to decide.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay.
Also on locative B, I think through would actually be a good one given what rabbits do in terms of tunneling, and they go through the ground.
Through.
Would that be a potential?
Next to, right? Basically, the question is how deep are we going to get into this hole?
And actually, a big part of that will be in the satellite frame versus verb frame, because if it's more verb frame, we may not actually need much more than what's on the locative A list.
Yeah, you're right. That absolutely has to happen first. I don't know why I didn't think of that till just right now, but yeah, that has to happen before we do anything.
Chris yelled out, Russian has both.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised.
Mark it on the verb. Oh, it says they mark the case on the noun phrase plus a preposition plus they can mark it on the verb. So it could be like a triple marking almost.
It's kind of like a byproduct of that, the perfective distinction, because they always have these prefixes with a perfective, right? Mm-hmm. But many of those prefixes are locative anyway. So I guess you might as well, like most of those prefixes are actually prepositions anyway. Like, I was trying to think of one. So, я пишу, I'm writing. Я напишу письмо is I wrote the letter, right? Or is it? Or when you use the perfective in the present, is that the future? I forget. Somebody rabbit framed. Somebody in the comments will know. Я написал письмо. So, я писал письмо means I was writing the letter, and я написал письмо means I wrote the letter. I know that. Anyway.
And I'm just putting this into the document specifically because somebody had asked again if we can quickly explain verb frame versus satellite frame.
Yes.
And so the top example here that David gave, if you want to just walk through one more time, kind of very simply.
Okay, so in English, you can use into to imply that somebody has gone into something like a house. And then you can use any verb of motion you want. You can say he walked, you can say he trudged, you can say he fell, whatever, blah, 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 into the house. It's the preposition that implies the change of state from outside to inside. There are many languages where you can't do that very simply. You have to use a verb that means essentially enter. There's nothing that corresponds to into, and so you use the verb, say like we entered the house, and if you want to specify how it was done, you have to use some sort of an extra phrase to explain how it was done. And so this is the English example. He entered the house walking. I mean, it's not a usual thing you say because you could just say he walked into the house, but there's some languages where you can't do that in English, so you got to do this. Anyway, this often comes up, or at least I learned about this in cognitive science, because it's one of the very, very tiny small places where you sometimes see a difference between how speakers conceptualize something based on the language they speak. In other words, there's a theory that for those that speak satellite frame languages, they might actually focus more on the manner of motion, whereas those that don't may not. It gets pushed off because it's an adjunct type of a thing. Anyway, that was the theory. I can't remember what the verdict was because I paid attention to the cool part, not the important part.
Got what I needed for my conlang and everything else.
Pretty much. Sorry. I'm sorry, Eve Sweetser.
It's great. That is great.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, man, I don't know. What should we do? We got
nothing.
We got like 5 minutes. You want to enter some words?
Let's tackle Sassafras.
Okay. So what is Sassafras?
It's a plant, right?
Wait, what kind of a plant? I just know it as a word. I know it's something.
A deciduous North American tree with aromatic leaves and bark, and then you can use the leaves to make tea or ground into filet.
It's a tree.
Don't we use sassafras in like some root beer?
Oh yeah, I know that, and I know it, but like I just. Here we go. Okay.
And of course, it doesn't have to actually mean sassafras. It could mean a fragrant plant, or it could mean like some similar thing, or maybe they make some sort of root beer type thing.
There's fossilized sassafras, ancient sassafras. So like 3 extant and 1 extinct species. Deciduous trees. Okay. But, like, where's the tree? Show me a picture of the tree. What does the tree look like? Now, this is cute. You just show us sassafras leaves, and it's got butterflies and caterpillars on it for some reason.
If you actually search sassafras tree, it'll pull up.
Is it gonna... And it's not going to somehow pull up pornography?
I'm looking at my results. I don't know what's in your search history to potentially...
You know that internet. You know what it does. What a beautiful tree.
Right?
How are these trees not everywhere?
I like how the leaves kind of hang down a bit.
Oh, I'm tempted to click on this one that says the history of sassafras. My goodness. How gorgeous. Okay, so now that I know that this Adonis, this Cadillac of trees, exists, like, how do I live my life anymore? Like, did I just use any more wrong?
There's a website, the title of the article from the Missouri Department of Conservation, because of course Missourians know how to do things.
Yeah.
The tree with red mittens is what they call it.
Oh my. Okay, so
I think that is so beautiful.
Now, with the sassafras, do you take the leaves or do you take the sap, the bark? What do you take?
I think it's the leaves. Looking to see if I do think it's the leaves. Oh, somebody up here, where was it? Oh, Johan had said it's actually in the same plant family as cinnamon and avocados.
Really?
Light vampire says leaves for some things, but barks for other things. Mike is saying, yeah, leaves and bark.
Root bark of sassafras was birch oil. Original sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. Boy, we have some interesting words.
I really want to plant one of these trees in my front yard, to be honest. I want to look out the window and see that tree. It's probably not going to happen because, you know, who knows what with the roots and the blah blah, but wow.
In case anyone's wondering, our word, you can say sarsaparilla or sarsaparilla, which I say sarsaparilla, and the dictionary confirms both are available, but it actually comes from a Spanish word meaning bramble vine. That's fun.
Listen to this. Thomas Wood says, some say that beer helped encourage some of the first people to settle down and form civilization. Rabbit society could be founded on root beer. Ah, my favorite beverage.
I am so happy with that. And they would want to protect the trees.
Yes. Wow. Okay, so then are we coming up, like, what's our basic word going to be? Is it going to be for the tree, or is it going to be for the leaf?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I need to go back to sassafras culinary usage.
Okay, this is really a beautiful article that I'm going to share on Patreon page. This tree with red mittens article, just the way it's written is so lovely. Apparently sassafras tea in the Ozarks, at any rate, was made with shredded bark and water.
Okay.
And so if we're going to have them treating sassafras in the same way where they use all parts of the tree, then the name would probably have to refer to the whole tree, leaves, everything involved. But I don't know. I don't know if we want to do that. Apparently sassafras oil causes liver cancer, potentially.
Okay. Like, does that mean we shouldn't drink root beer? Because if not, I don't care.
Well, they don't use it anymore. So I think I saw somebody say they don't use it anymore
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we've got suggestions. Mike says basic word for the leaf or the T, and then the name, the leaf after the T or the tree after the leaf. So name, like kind of build from that. Juniper says maybe root for the root and then inedible plural for the full tree. So actually have the word be. I thought this was going to be an easy, hey,
so did
we
I.
need to fill 5 minutes, so let's think about Sassafras.
Okay.
And now it's 6:02, and I just want to read more information about this plant.
Sassafras oil from leaves. This is making sassafras tea. That's the root. Okay, hold on. What part of sassafras is in root beer?
Or was.
Oh, brother. I mean, this is sending me... Oh, look at that little kid. How cute. Okay. Using the root bark of the sassafras tree. Okay. Okay.
So root, bark.
What is root bark? Is that different from ordinary bark?
Well, it would be, because that's the part that's going to be softer, because the bark on the outside of the tree is going to be more woody, right? Because that protects it up here. Under the ground, it still has a bark layer, but it's going to be softer and you can kind of peel it.
Yeah. Right. That's why it's called root beer. Wow. Oh, wow, the leaf is paw-shaped. I mean, not rabbit paw-shaped, because it's got 3 instead of 4, but shaped like some kind of paw.
It really is. Okay, so we can go... Is this something we need to think on until next week?
Gosh, I think so.
Since we already know?
I think so, because I'm thinking now of like calling it a 3-paw tree or a 3-paw leaf.
Oh.
But then maybe not 3-paw, but like 3-finger?
3-finger, yeah, 3-toe, 3-claw maybe?
3-toe, 3-claw leaf, yeah. A raptor leaf, of course.
You know, that would be an obvious one.
Actually, you know what's something weird I always wonder about? Why don't we have a separate word for this part of the hand? Right?
It's a great question.
So we have a word for thumb, right? But like just this part, like call it the forehand or something. I don't know. Because it occurred to me that if the rabbits have their 4 little fingers and one of them becomes a thumb, then this part is going to be 3 digits. And so they could use the word for this part of the hand as the name for the leaf. But as far as I know, no such word exists. So this is your homework assignment for this week. See if there's any language on Earth that has a word. Yes, on our Earth that has a word for this part of the hand. The hand excluding the thumb, but including the fingers. Is there a word for that anywhere? Man. And if so, why not?
Okay.
It's useful, I think.
On it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. Wow.
In the meantime, I think we need to say goodbye. We already know what the poll is going to be.
Yes.
So Patreon supporters, get ready to vote, because it'll be exciting, because this truly will shape a huge amount of our language, and so this is going to be cool. And I will put up a link to the Tree with Red Mittens article, because you just have to see it. It's great.
Will you also write a poem called "The Tree with Red Mittens"? Please.
I will try. It may be a haiku, because I can keep it short.
Tree with red mittens. That's 6 syllables. That's awkward.
Yeah, I'll have to add something. It'll be okay. I'll make it work.
So much depends on a tree with red mittens.
But
right.
Thank you for hanging with us today.
Thank you.
Of course, stay grammar.